Back at Berthoud High School, Claudia Nickel, this is Brian Nickel. We're introducing the non-starters right now for the Mustangs. So we'll just give you the roster here for the Mustangs. TJ Bauer, 6'1" junior. Also for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, a freshman, senior, 5'11", Tolavalio. Bladen Pollitt, a 6'1", Nate Gertner, a 5'7" sophomore, a 6'1" senior, Brian Almont, a 5'8" junior, and Henry Weimer, a 6'5" senior is Henry Weimer, and now the starting lineup for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Fort Morgan lineup is senior Tony Swetsik, 5'7". Pete Kimball, a 6' freshman. Joe Snyder, a 6'4" junior. Wes Anderson, a 6'4" senior, and Eric Kimball, also a 6'2" junior. Fort Morgan starting lineup is brought to you by Blodorn Lumber. At blodornlumber.com, browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Whether you're a contractor or painting your living room, at Blodorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Visit Blodorn Lumber in Fort Morgan at 130 State Street. Now, the opening tip is brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance. With 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan, Ingmar Phillips can help with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. Once again, for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, it is Tony Swetsik, Pete Kimball, Joey Schneider, Wes Anderson, and Eric Kimball starting the game. For the Berthoud Spartans will be Zach Strong, Robert Colstock, Nathan Hamill, Nick Dietz, and we'll see who the other one is here. Tipped by Fort Morgan. I don't believe anybody hit it. And the other starter for Berthoud is Cody Brach. Now Wes Anderson, 2-jump ball, and it is won by Berthoud. Berthoud now in the corner for a 3, and that is up to Robert Colstock. So early lead here for Berthoud, 3-0. Tony Swetsik now to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball, a little jump from the lane. His shot is up no good. But rebounded by Wes Anderson. Wes Anderson's shot is blocked, taken by Berthoud, and that shot is up and good by Hamill on the layup. Now to Tate Kimball to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball for a 3 from the corner, up and no good. Rebounded to Brach. Now Berthoud slows it down and gets across half court over to Nick Dietz. Dietz to Colstock. Colstock over to the right side to Brach. Brach holds it out up high against Joey Schneider. Now they hand it off to Nathan Hamill. He stands out here against Nate Kimball. Back out to Nathan Hamill. They're really taking the air out of the ball here, really slowing it down. Now they're going to get it up to Brach out high, and he stands there with the ball over to Dietz. Dietz tries to drive it down the right side. Jump stop shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded finally by Tony Swetsik. We'll give Swetsik the rebound on that. It was knocked out initially by Eric Kimball. Thought I heard a whistle. It must have been the sneaker squeal. Now they're going to call a foul on Berthoud after Swetsik comes down with his second rebound. That's going to be on number 33, Strong. Team's first. TJ Bauer into the game for Eric Kimball. Now Tate Kimball gets the ball up across half court to TJ Bauer. Bauer to Swetzik. Swetzik for a little jumper, and that is going to be good for Tony Swetzik. Now Berthoud with the ball up court. Back out to Nathan Hamill. Hamill being guarded by Tate Kimball. Gets it out to Robert Colstock. Colstock keeps the dribble alive. A little layup down the lane, up and no good. A rebound to Joey Snyder for his second. Now knocked out of bounds by Nick Dietz of the Berthoud Spartans. Spartans lead 5-2 here early in the first period. 5-2. Now they're going to call another foul. And that is going to be Strong. That will be his second. They may be looking to get him out, and they do. They're going to have a substitution for Strong, and Vasquez to come in for Strong. Tony Swetzik, the inbounds from the left sideline, or from the left of the basket. Still looks to get it in, gets it into Schneider out at the three-point circle. I got to T.J. Bauer. T.J. Bauer off to Swetzik, way out high by the half-court line. Being guarded by Vasquez, now over to Tate Kimball. Kimball back to Swetzik. Swetzik into Anderson. Anderson, little left-handed hook is up and no good. Gets his own rebound, but loses it out of bounds. So Berthoud inbounds, and they do from under the Morgan basket. 5:13 to go. Spartans up 5-2. Colstock now over to Brach. Brach over to Vasquez. Vasquez to Hamill. Shot up and no good. Rebounded though to number 15. And his shot was blocked by Joey Anderson. Or Joey Schneider, excuse me. The two names are mixed up here. Now out high over to the left side to Colstock. Colstock over to Hamill. Hamill holds it out high. Now back over to Dietz on the left corner. Down the lane is Vasquez. He kicks it back out. Now it's going to be cross court to Hamill. Hamill's shot is going to be up and no good, and rebounded by Joey Schneider. I believe they're going to have a foul called on number 10, and that is Hamill. That is his first, third team foul. So far, no fouls on the Fort Morgan Mustangs. They're down 5-2. So Tate Kimball brings the ball across half court. Tate Kimball down the lane to Anderson. Looks like it should have been a walk, but they didn't call it. So we'll give Anderson 2 points on the night. So that makes it 5-4. Now Berthoud in control of the ball if they're in. They get it underneath to Brach. Good little lob over the top of T.J. Bauer. Shot up and no good by the Mustangs. Rebounded to Hamill. Now, Dietz on a drive to the basket is going to be fouled by Joey Schneider. That'll be Fort Morgan's first.
Foul on Snyder, his first.
Henry Weimer to come in for the Mustangs.
Weimer checks in.
And he is going to come in for Joey Schneider. Berthoud looks the inbound. They do get it into the left corner to Hamill. Full shot up and in by Brach. That's 4 on the night for Brach. T.J. Bauer for a 3 from the right wing, up and no good. Rebounded to Tony Swetzik. Now out to Nate Kimball. Kimball tries to drive the lane and does. His shot is going to be blocked. Brach is a 6'4" sophomore. He's got some developing to do. He looks real good right now. Tall sophomore. For the Berthoud Spartans. Spartans lead 9-4 with 3:27 to go. In the first period, Tony Swetzik to get it in, gets it into Wes Anderson. Anderson has it knocked away momentarily, picks it up. Now to Tony Swetzik. Swetzik for a 3, and that is off the backboard, no good. Rebounded to Dietz. So Dietz over to Hamill. Hamill over to Vasquez. Back over to number 23, Colstock. Rebounded to Henry Weimer. Now Tony Swetzik, nice pass to T.J. Bauer from the right baseline, and that is good for TJ. 9-6 now. Fort Morgan's behind. Now there's going to be a shot up and no good. Rebounded to Wes Anderson. Shot was by Vasquez. Now Tony Swetsik for a three straight on, and that is going to be off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded to Vasquez. Now a runner by Colstock was no good. Rebounded to Weimer. That was kind of a wild shot there by Colstock. Now TJ Bauer drives the baseline. He ends up turning it over to Brach. So now Hamill with a shot from the right elbow for Hamill. That's 4 points on the afternoon for Hamill. 11-6 in favor of Berthoud. Tate Kimball gets it off to TJ Bauer. Now he gets double teamed. It's going to be out of bounds off of Tony Swetsik. That will be a turnover by the Mustangs.
Eric Kimball gets that in.
Schneider and Kimball and Tony Swetsik and Wes Anderson go out. Now we have Tyler Pension in for the Berthoud Spartans. His three is up and no good. Rebounded to TJ Bauer. Now Nate Kimball with the ball. He gets it off to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball, a little jump shot, but his shot is blocked by Brach. Down court, and a shot up and no good, but made by Steve for a two-pointer, 13-6 with 1:25 to go in the first period. Tate Kimball with it off to Joey Schneider. Eric Kimball in the left corner. Eric Kimball drives to the free throw line, passes out to Tate. Tate with the dribble, back out to Eric. Eric gets it taken away. Now to Steve. Steve's shot is for the Berthoud Spartans. 15-6. For Morgan down 9. Now it's going to be knocked away momentarily by Steve. Knocked out of bounds. So Henry Weimer to check out. Anderson back in. 15-6 with 57.9 seconds to go. In the first period, TJ Bauer to inbound. Keeps looking, gets it into Eric Kimball. Now off to Wes Anderson out at the three-point line. Now off to Eric Kimball. Out high. He drives it down the left side. Looks to TJ. TJ, there's going to be a foul underneath, and that's going to go on number 10, Hamill. Away from the ball. So 2 on Hamill. So Dietz in and Hamill out for the Berthoud Spartans. Looks to get it in. I believe it must have hit the back of the backboard. That will be a turnover by the Mustangs. So Steve to bring the ball up court. Netted half court by TJ Bauer. Now off to Petchin. Petchin in the corner to Vasquez. Vasquez being guarded by Joey Snyder. Now underneath the Brach. He gets it back out to Steve. Steve drives it down the lane. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded to Wes Anderson. Nice strong move there by Anderson. Now Eric Kimball. His little fadeaway jumper from the right side is good for Kimball. Eric Kimball for his 2 points of the first points of the afternoon for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. We're down to 7 seconds to go in the first period here. With Vasquez, he's going to try to drive against Joey Snyder, and it's stolen away by T.J. Bauer. Bauer goes at the buzzer off the front of the rim and no good. So at the end of the first period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs trailed the Spartan Berthoud 15-8 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Berthoud High School, where the Fort Morgan Mustang boys are taking on the Berthoud Spartans, down 15-8 here at the start of the second period. Eric Kimball with a drive gets it off to Tony Swetsik in the right corner. He picks up his dribble. Now over to Joey Snyder. Snyder's tripped. They don't call anything. Now there's going to be a foul call over here on number 32, Brach. That will be five. That will be 5 team fouls, on the Berthoud Spartans, one so far on the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Tony Swetzik with a drive now to Snyder. Snyder to Anderson. Tate Kimball drives down the left lane. Now his pass is Barry Kimball, and he ends up kicking it out of bounds. So turnover here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. So Steve with the ball gets off to Vasquez. Vasquez to breach at the top of the three-point circle and knocked out of bounds by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. So 7:21 to go here in the second period. Fort Morgan down 15-8. They do get it into Vasquez out on the right wing. Gets it back out to Pension. And they're going to call a foul on Gage's first blocking foul on Deep. So turnover by the Berthoud Spartans. Berthoud now with a full court press. Joy Snyder with the ball. Gets it up to Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball gets Tony Swetzik. Swetzik for a deep three, and that is good for Swetzik. So nice three there by Swetzik. Brings them back to within 4, 15-11. Now Dietz with the ball at the free throw line, kicks it out to Vasquez on the left corner. His shot is up and no good. Rebound to Swetzik. Now down to Wes Anderson. Anderson, a little left hook, is up and in for Wes Anderson. 4 points on the afternoon for Anderson. Fort Morgan down on only 2, 15-13. So Steve out high, gets it off to Vasquez. Vasquez to Pension out on the far side, now to Braish. Now it's going to get backdoor pass to number 15, and that is Dietz. He goes up for the shot, and Wes Anderson will foul him on the shot. So Dietz will go to the line to shoot 2. Mr. D's Ace Farm and Home Center. First free throw is good. Wonder Farm and Ranch Supplies, including Karina feeds and everything. Stop by any of the Ace stores in Fort Morgan, Sterling, and their newest location at 122 Custer Street in Brush. And the first one by Dietz is no good. Second shot is in and out, rebounded to Anderson. Now Berthoud with their full court press still. Brian Almanza with the ball. He gets to Tony Swetzik. Swetzik for a three from straight on, and that's nothing but net for Swetzik. So 8 points on the afternoon for Swetzik. Fort Morgan now leading 16-15 after the 2 missed free throws by Berthoud. They're going to call a foul on Eric Kimball way out high.
Foul's on Eric Kimball, his first. Check that foul's on Snyder, and that's his second.
Call that on Snyder.
Weimer checks back in.
So Henry Weimer in, Joey Snyder to set, T.J. Bauer out, and Brian Almanza in. So now Steve with the ball in the back court, guarded by Tony Swetzik. Gets it across court now to Pension. Now underneath to Steve. Nice defense there by Swetzik. Vasquez being guarded by Anderson. Steve out to Pension out on the right wing. Now to Vasquez, to Colstock. Out to Steve. Fort Morgan leading 16-15 with 5:25 to go in the second period. Berthoud just holding the ball. Now Colstock out on the left wing. Gets it back out to Steve. Some nice deep man-to-man defense here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Now Pension back over to Colstock. Colstock to Vasquez. Now they're going to get the ball in, but it was a turnover. Nice steal there by Eric Kimball. So Tony Swetzik now gets to Kimball. Kimball to Brian Almanza. Almanza to Eric Kimball out high. 4:46 to go in the second period. Fort Morgan leading 16-15. Anderson underneath to Weimer. Weimer needs to go up with a nice jump shot there, but off the rim and no good. Rebounded to number 3, Pension, his first of the game. Now Colstock for a three, and it was short. Tony Swetzik comes up with the ball. So now Brian Almanza, and they're going to call Almanza for an offensive foul.
Fouls on Monza, his first.
Looks like Berthoud, Spartan wasn't even, I believe he might have dipped his shoulder, so that was what the call was. So Tony Swetzik, Eric Kimball, Brian Almanza, Henry Weimer, and Wes Anderson in the game for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, still leading 16-15 with 4:16 to go in the second period. Berthoud gets the ball across half court to Pinchon. He holds it out against Almanza. Now Polstock in the left corner, guarded by Anderson. Now that's to Steve out high. Steve drives down the lane. He tries to get it off to Polstock, but taken away. And now breakaway by Eric Kimball, and he is fouled on the layup, and it is good.
That was on Peachin, his first.
So Peachin, his first foul.
Bauer checks back in. Tate Kimball checks back in.
So Wes Anderson and Brian Almanza go out. T.J. Bauer can take Kimball into the game. So Eric Kimball misses the free throw. Eric Kimball's a 59% free throw shooter. Steve with the ball, now the Colstock for a three in the corner, and that is short. And thought that was off of Berthoud, but they're going to say it was off of Tony Swetzik. I guess he outjumped the 6'4" sophomore. The ball in is good for Colstock on the inbound play. So Berthoud back there still leading or behind 18-17. Fort Morgan with the lead. Now Tony Swetzik drives into the lane, gets it off to take Kimball on the right corner. Kimball brings it out. T.J. Bauer out high. Now over to Eric Kimball for a three from the left wing, and that is in and out. Rebounded by Colstock. Now Dietz with the ball. Dietz kicks it out to Hamill in the left corner. That goes clear over the basket. Rebounded by Colstock. Now Steve picks up his dribble. Back out to Brach. Now the three by Dietz. His first basket of the game is a three. That puts Berthoud up 20-18 with 2:52 to go here in the second period. Tate Kimball with the ball, gets it off to Tony Swetzik. Now Eric Kimball in the left corner. Back out to T.J. Bauer, and that's going to be a turnover on the Mustangs taken by number 3, and that's good for Peachin. His first two of the ball game. So now Fort Morgan down 4, 22-18. Tony Swetzik out high, drives inside the three-point line. Now his shot is going to be up and no good. Up, it does finally roll in, bounce around a couple times. And Swetzik with another basket here in the second period. 22-20 in favor of Berthoud with 2:13 to go in the first half. Berthoud holds the ball out high. Dietz now gets it over to Steve. Steve being guarded by Tony Swetzik. Now off to Peachin. Ball knocked away by Henry Weimer. Nice defense there by Henry Weimer. So turnover by the Berthoud Spartans. Shot now by Eric Kimball up and no good. Rebounded by Brach. His second of the game. Now Brach's shot was blocked by Henry Weimer. Now off to Kimball. Kimball is going to be fouled as he goes under the basket, and that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Dietz. Let's see who they give that to.
Well, Dietz is second.
It will be on Dietz. Wes Anderson comes in. Tony Swetzik takes a seat here with 1:32 to go in the first half. Fort Morgan down 22-20. Eric Kimball to go to the line for a 1-and-1. And that first one is good.
That's what it says right here.
So Vasco is in for Berthoud, and Steve goes out. Now we have Henry Weimer and Wes Anderson, Eric Kimball, Tate Kimball, and T.J. Bauer in the game for the Mustangs. Minute 32, second free throw is up, and also good by Kimball.
Fort Morgan, 30-second timeout.
So 30-second timeout here called by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. So Fort Morgan now with about, what do we got, 6 turnovers so far on the Fort Morgan Mustangs, and 4 on the Berthoud Spartans. So 1:32 to go here in the second period. Fort Morgan and the Berthoud Spartans tied at 22.
Strong also checked in for Berthoud.
Berthoud gets the ball up across half court. And it's Nathan Hamill. Hamill gets it over to Brach. Brach out high, back to Hamill. Hamill hands it off to Vasquez. Vasquez got to Brach out at the three-point line. Brach gets it off to Hamill. Hamill kind of doing the weave here, out high here. Vasquez gets it off to Colstock. Colstock to Hamill. They're trying to break it open down the lane. I can see they're trying to get a came off work for strong to the basket and good for a two-pointer. So they weaved it around there, and finally something opened up in the middle for a 24-22 lead. Now the shot is up and blocked. Tate Kimball's shot is blocked. T.J. Bauer now for a three, and that is from the left corner for T.J. That puts Fort Morgan up 25-24 with 33 seconds to go in the second period. Now Hamill out high. We're going to do the weave again here. We have 24 seconds to go. Hands off to Vasquez. Vasquez off to Brach. Brach now to Hamill. With 15 seconds to go. We're going to take this down for a one-shot here at the end of the first half. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Now the shot on Hamill. So at the end of the first half, it is the Berthoud Spartans 26, the Fort Morgan Mustangs 25 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Berthoud High School, where the Berthoud Spartans lead the Fort Morgan Mustangs 26-25. This Mustang halftime show is brought to you by High Plains Bank. Hometown service on a higher plane, that's High Plains Bank. Visit the friendly staff at 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins for assistance in opening a loan, equity line of credit, or checking account. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank. So games coming up for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. After today's game, they will be at home. This is the boys now for the against University, and that will be at 7 o'clock on Monday. They will also be home Tuesday against Sterling, and then on Friday, the 20th, against Brush. The boys and girls will both be home against Brush on Friday, December 20th. The girls will be away on Monday at University. The girls will then be away at Sterling on Tuesday, and as we said, at home against the Brush Beat Diggers on December 20th. B106 and B106.com will carry the boys' game at home against University. Then we will travel to Sterling for the girls' game, and John Beltran will have the games on Friday. The girls' game at 5:30, the boys' game at 7. So if you're out and about this coming week, there'll be some high school basketball going on. 3 boys' games at home and 1 girls' game. So get out and support these kids. They helps with them. We like to see a nice full crowd at the basketball arena when they're playing. So now the Berthoud Spartans bring the ball in to start the start of the second half. Hamill over to Zach Strong. Strong with it out high. He takes it, gives it to Dietz. High right wing, guarded by Eric Kimball. Dietz now all the way to the his net is good for a 2 for Dietz. Now Fort Morgan down 3, 28-25. Tony Swetsik gets it over to Wes Anderson, left corner. Anderson gets to Tony Swetsik. Back to Anderson. Anderson goes off a little lefty, but up and no good. Rebounded to Joey Schneider. A 3 by Tony Swetsik is good. Another 3. And that ties the game up here at 28. Tony Swetzik with 3 threes this afternoon. Dietz now with the ball. Drives down the left lane. It's going to be a bounce pass underneath the Strong. The Strong did not see it coming, and it goes out of bounds. So a turnover by Berthoud. Now Tate Kimball brings the ball up across half court. Right baseline to Eric Kimball. Kimball with a little shot, but it goes over the basket to the side. And that is rebounded by Dietz. Fort Morgan with a little backcourt pressure here. They do get it across half court. Eric Kimball on Dietz. Dietz now picks up his dribble. Hamill drives it to the basket, and that's been good for Hamill. Little underhand layup there by Hamill. Now Tate Kimball for a 2, and that is no good. Rebounded to Dietz. Ball up court to Hamill. 6:21 to go in the third period. Now Colstock with the ball. Gets it off to Dietz. Out high, drives down the right lane. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded back to Dietz. Over on the right wing, Dietz a 3, no good. Rebounded to Strong. Strong goes up with a little right-handed hook shot, and that is not any good, but there is going to be a foul. They're going to call that on Wes Anderson. 2 on Anderson. So Strong to go to the line to shoot 2, and the first one is no good. Spartans lead 30-28 with 5:54 to go in the third period. Second shot up and also no good. Rebounded to Anderson. Gets it to Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball kicks it out to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball drives down the lane. He has it taken away from him. Now we're going to see if there's going to be finally a steal, then knocked out by Joyce Schneider. Nice hustle there, getting on the floor and knocking that ball out of bounds. Berthoud gets the ball in down court. Now Hamill out high, guarded by Tate Kimball. Out to Strong, or Colstock, excuse me. Now Dietz with the ball out high, left-handed dribble. Little give go underneath there, and his shot good for Hamill. So Fort Morgan down 4, 32-28. Tate Kimball to Wes Anderson. And there's going to be a tie-up on the floor. And possession arrow goes to the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Tony Swetzik to inbound from the side, gets it into Tate Kimball. Kimball to Joey Snyder. Snyder back out to Swetzik, and his 3 is good again. They left him wide open. They switched and left Tony Swetzik wide open out there, so 32-31. Swetzik with 16 points on the game. Now Colstock with a shot, and that is going to be off the rim and no good. Rebound and finally to Tate Kimball. Tony Swetzik with the ball. Gets it to Joey Snyder. Snyder to Wes Anderson from the free throw line. Up and good for Anderson. First 2 of the game. Going to be a full timeout here by the Berthoud Spartans, so we'll take one with them. With 4:27 to go in the third period. Fort Morgan 33, the Spartans 32 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Berthoud High School, Claudia Nickel. This is Brian Nickel, where the Fort Morgan Mustangs lead 33-32 with 4:24 to go in the third period. Berthoud with the ball. Dietz has it out high, keeps the dribble alive. Being guarded and taken away by Tate Kimball. Now the pass down court is going to be taken away, so a turnover apiece there by each team. So Hamill with the ball out high, going to be guarded by Tate Kimball. Kimball now to Brach. Brach back to Hamill. Hamill to Colstock. They're doing their little weave out here along the top of the three-point line again. Now back to Hamill from Brach. Being guarded by Tate Kimball. Eric Kimball on Dietz. Colstock in the corner, but a jump shot there by Dietz. Little jump stop in the lane and goes up with it. 34-33 in favor of the Spartans. Now they're going to call a foul on the Spartans. On Dietz. That is 3 on Dietz, so.
That's what it says.
So Stephen Vasquez in Dietz and Colstock to set. For the Spartans, Tony Swessick inbounds from in front of the Fort Morgan Mustang bench. Now they're going to have another foul, and that's going to be on Steve. Looks like it will be his first. Little hold over there on the far side. So now Joey Schneider inbounded to take Kimball. Kimball gets it to Wes Anderson way out high. Now to Eric Kimball in the block. Little jump shot is up and good by Eric Kimball. 8 points on the afternoon for Kimball. Fort Morgan now again in the lead, 35-34. Back and forth here with the Berthoud Spartans. Strong with the ball, 3-point line. Now over to Vasquez on the right wing. He gives it back out to Hamill. Hamill dribbles over to the left side, hands off to Steve. Steve dribbles it back out to the center circle. Now off to Strong. Now to Hamill. Back out to Vasquez, out high again. Vasquez tries to drive down the left lane. Kicks it out to Hamill. Hamill's shot is good. So 12 points on the afternoon for Hamill. Fort Morgan now with the ball. Anderson in the lane. Gets to Eric Kimball. Kimball for a 3 from the corner off the back of the rim, and no good. Rebounded to Vasquez. Vasquez gets it over the half-court line. Berthoud leading 36-35 with 2:05 to go in the third period. Now Hamill with the ball. Hamill dribbles around the outside of the 3-point circle. Now gets the break. Breaks underneath the Strong. Strong is up and good. So 4 points on the afternoon for Strong. Now to Kimball again. Eric Kimball with a drive down the lane. His shot is going to be blocked. Rebounded by Anderson. Anderson goes up with it. He is going to be fouled on the shot. And they're going to call this on 32, and that's on Brent. His second. So Wes Anderson to go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. His first shot is up and no good. Equitable Savings Bank of Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with locations in Fort Morgan and Brush. They have the financial solutions for you. Now T.J. Bauer in. Tate Kimball sets for the Mustangs. First shot by Anderson was no good. Number 2 coming up here. That is also no good. Anderson is a 67% free throw shooter. Gets the ball for another 3, a deep 3 after the rebound. That ties it up at 38. Now Fort Morgan with a little backcourt pressure. Hamill now for a 3. That is off the rim and no good, but rebounded by Wes Anderson. Being hounded and slapped, and they finally call a foul on Vasquez. It is getting rough under there. And Anderson did a nice job holding the ball. 14 fouls on the Spartans, 1 on Fort Morgan. Fort Morgan, T.J. Bauer with the ball. Gets it across half court. Now over to Joey Schneider. Cross court to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball, they're going to call an offensive foul on Kimball on the drive. That'll be 2 on Kimball. Okay, that's his first. We have him down for 2, but that's... Put another one somewhere else. Anyway, 38-38 here with 1:07 to go in the third period. Fort Morgan with a full court press. They're going to call TJ, or they're going to call TJ Bauer his first push on the far side. 14 fouls on the Spartans, 3 on Fort Morgan. Now Vasquez inbounds to Steve. Steve back to over to Hamill. Fort Morgan still with a full court press. Now Berthoud gets it across. Going to be out to Steve at the three-point line. Steve's three is going to be off the rim and no good. They're going to call a foul on the Berthoud Spartans on a push, I believe. I'm trying to see. Peachin, that's his second. 15 foul on the Spartans. Now the Spartans are going to get their full court press in. Joey Snyder looks to get it in, gets it into Anderson. Gets it to Swetzig. Swetzig gets it down, calls half court. He's going to be, his shot is up and no good. Rebounded to Eric Kimball. His shot no good. Back out to Tony Swetzig. Swetzig little jump from the side, no good. Now Joey Snyder finally cleans it up. His first two of the afternoon. Now Fort Morgan with full court pressure here with 25 seconds to go, up 40-38. Vasquez with the ball, gets it out to Braish out high at the jump circle. Now over to Steve on the right wing. Now Gray with it, not Gray, excuse me, Pinchin with it. Now to Hamill down the lane. That should have been a walk. I don't know how that wasn't a walk, but then there's going to be a foul on the shot underneath. As Vasquez goes up, they're going to call that on Les Anderson.
Foul's on Anderson,
his third. And Vasquez will go to the line to shoot two. This first shot is off the back of the rim and no good. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. So Vasquez with his second shot with 5.3 seconds. And that was up and good for Vasquez. They have 3 seconds. Take Kimball. Now Eric Kimball with a long three. It's good. And it's count, but no good. So at the end of the third period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs lead 40-39 against the Berthoud Spartans on B106 and B106.com. Back at Berthoud High School, last day of the Berthoud tournament, where the Fort Morgan Mustangs are trying to get their second win here in 2 days. They were defeated Wednesday by Longmont. They won last night against Connor for 39-38. And lead here at the start of the fourth period, 40-39. And the Spartans have the ball to start the fourth period. So Steve drives under the basket. He kicks it out to Hamill. Hamill over to Pinchin. Now out to Vasquez. Pinchin with the ball. Now a corner. And that three is up and no good. Rebounded by Joey Schneider. So Tate Kimball gets down court. Now out to Tate Kimball. Eric Kimball with a jumper from the top of the key and no good. Man, they should have. And Colstock in for the Spartans. Peachin and Steve go out. So we have Henry Weimer, Joey Snyder, Eric Kimball, T.J. Bauer, and Tate Kimball into the game for the Mustangs. 7:18 and counting, 40-39 in favor of the Mustangs in the fourth period. Colstock for a three, up and no good. Henry Weimer with a rebound. Tate Kimball now with the ball. Gets it over to T.J. Bauer out on the left wing. Now to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball back to T.J. Bauer. Bauer still out on the left wing. Now to Joey Snyder. Snyder back out to Tate. Tate takes it down to the right wing, pulls up his dribble. Needs to get it under, does to Weimer. And we have a timeout called by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. 30-second timeout. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East at 1209 Main Street in Fort Morgan will professionally fit you into the car or truck of your choice, serving all of Northeast Colorado. Ehrlich Toyota East. 40-39 in favor of the Fort Morgan Mustangs here in the fourth period. Nobody has scored here, as that was the end of the score at the end of the third period. Fort Morgan led after 3 periods, 40-39. They were down at halftime, 26-25, and down at the end of the first period, 15-8. Outscored Berthoud 15-13 in the third period. Now the ball is going to be thrown away by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Turnover by the Mustangs. The ball into Hamill. Hamill brings it across half court, gets to Vasquez. Vasquez still out of the 3-point line. Now Dietz for a three from the right wing. It's going to be good. Fort Morgan gets the ball inbounds. Tate Kimball brings it up across half court. Fort Morgan now down 42-40. Oh, bad pass by Anderson, just out of the reach of Barry Kimball. Another turnover by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. 2 here in the fourth period. Berthoud now to get the ball in. Dietz gets it into Vasquez. Vasquez holds it against Tate Kimball. Now he hands it off to Colstock. They haven't got it across half court. Now they do due to Vasquez. Now to Dietz. Dietz is double team. Now he gets back out to Vasquez. Vasquez to Dietz in the right corner. Now to the top by Hamill. Hamill to Dietz. Dietz another three, and that is off the rim and no good. Rebounded and saved by Anderson. Anderson now down court in a little jumper by Eric Kimball. That ties it up at 42 with 5:33. Now over to Vasquez to Dietz. Fakes the three, but there's going to be a reach-around foul on Joyce Snyder. That'll be 3 on Snyder. It's only the 15th foul. Both teams only have 5 team fouls so far in the second half. So Dietz the inbounds to Hamill. Hamill at the 3-point line. Now back out to Dietz. His three at the top is... Well, Morgan's going to have to jump out on him. That's 2 threes this afternoon for Dietz in the fourth period. A nice little runner there by Eric Kimball. Fort Morgan down 1, 45-44. Fort Morgan still with their full court press. Hamill gets it across half court. Now it's going to be to Colstock to Vasquez. Vasquez into the lane, and it's going to be taken away. Not taken away. Momentarily taken away by the Mustangs, but it was never in control, so no turnover. So now Colstock out at the jump circle to Dietz. 4:35 to go in the fourth period. Hamill now out on the left wing. Now to Colstock. Colstock's got around the 3-point line. Backs it out almost to the half court. Now over to Hamill on the right wing. Back out to Dietz. Dietz left-handed dribble down the lane. His shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Grace. Nice rebound by Joyce Snyder. Shot up and good by Tate Kimball. Now we have a foul on Harry Kimball on the inbounds by Berthoud. Fort Morgan now leading 46-45. Vasquez gets it into Hamill. Still in the back court. Still Hamill being guarded, now double teamed. He picks it up. Now they're going to finally call, Berthoud is going to call a timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Berthoud Spartans. Fort Morgan leading 46-45. Fort Morgan with 16 fouls. Berthoud with 5. Eric Kimball with 12 points on the afternoon. Tate Kimball with 2. Leading scorer for the Mustangs is Tony Swetzik with 19 points so far. None here in the fourth period. Eric Kimball has 4 here in the fourth period. Tate Kimball has a basket here also in the fourth period for the Berthoud Spartans. Nick Dietz has 2 threes for their 6 points in the fourth period. The Fort Morgan leads 46-45, 3:55 to go. Vasquez gets it in to Hamill. Hamill's going to be guarded by Tate Kimball. He gets it off to Colstock. Colstock into the lane. He kicks it back out to Dietz, guarded by Eric Kimball. Now over to Vasquez out on the left wing. Vasquez now dribbles it. Going to be over to Hamill. High straightaway. 3:35 to go. Now Vasquez, now Dietz in the corner. His three is going to be up and no good. Rebounded to Joey Snyder. Nice rebound there by Snyder. Eric Kimball with the ball. He gets it in down court. Now there's going to be a foul underneath on the Berthoud Spartans. I believe that's going to be...
Hamill is third. And Bauer
Fort Morgan to inbound. C.J. Bauer comes in for Tate Kimball. So Tony Svetic, the inbounds from the right of the Fort Morgan basket. And a nice little jump. Oh, missed by Joey Snyder, though. The play worked, but a miss by Snyder. Rebounded by Dietz. It was there. They just didn't connect. Vasquez hands off to Dietz. Now they're going to call it over and back. I thought maybe Fort Morgan had hit it, but they did not. So a turnover by the Berthoud Spartans. So take Kimball back in for Tony Sweat to give him a little breather here before the end of the game. 3:03 to go. So Berthoud bringing some pressure. Now Fort Morgan gets it into Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball dribbles it down the lane. He's going to be taken away by Dietz. So turnover, and Dietz is going to be up and blocked initially by Eric Kimball. But they're going to call a foul on Kimball.
Foul on Eric Kimball, his third.
So Dietz will go to the line to shoot two. They're going to make him earn it from the free throw line. Nice hustle play there by Eric Kimball. Dietz's shot is up and no good. Colorado Plains Medical Center, accidents or illness can strike at any time, day or night. When they do, every second counts. As a Level 3 trauma center, Colorado Plains Medical Center is ready to handle any type of emergency. Colorado Plains Medical Center, where expertise matters. Both free throws were missed. They call a foul on the rebound.
That was on Anderson, his four.
Anderson. That is 4 on Anderson. Strong will go to the line. Strong is 0% from the line. That shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Joey Snyder. So 7 rebounds on the afternoon for Snyder. Eric Kimball, a little jumper from the right side, up and no good. Rebounded by Grage. Now they're going to call a jump ball. Nice hustle by Wes Anderson. And that will be a possession now for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Swetsick in, T.J. Bauer out with 2:39 to go. Fort Morgan still leads 46-45. Tony Swetsick still looks. Gets it into Tate Kimball out on the right wing. Now to Joy Snyder for a three, and up and no good. Out of bounds off of Tate Kimball. So Berthoud inbounds under the Fort Morgan basket with 2:33 to go in the game. Fort Morgan leading 46-45. Colstock in for Strong. So Vasquez gets it into Dietz. Dietz is being guarded by Tony Swetsick. Dietz takes down into the lane. His little runner's up and no good. He tries to get the rebound, but it's off of his hands and out of bounds. A nice defense there by the Mustangs in the lane, still leading 46-45. Joy Schneider to get it in to Tate Kimball. Full court press here by the Berthoud Spartans. Joy Schneider now gets it to Tate Kimball again. Tate Kimball gets it across half court. And Tate Kimball gets it to Swetsick. 2:14 to go. Joy Schneider, nice layup from the left side for Schneider. Nice little screen there by Eric Kimball to open that up. 48-45. Now Berthoud is going to call timeout. The 30-second timeout for the Berthoud Spartans. So I give you what the time is. They take the time off the clock when they do the timeouts here, but Fort Morgan leads 48-45. Equitable Savings and Loan, Northeast Colorado's locally owned hometown savings and loan with locations in Fort Morgan and Brush. They have the financial solutions for you. Grocery Cart. Stop, shop, and save on all your grocery needs and snacks for game time enjoyment. You can also pay your public service bill and access Western Union. Brush Grocery Cart, 1302 West Edison Street in Brush. So now Berthoud the inbound, they get it into Steve in the far corner. 2 minutes to go in the game. Now to Colstock. Colstock gets it across half court, keeps the dribble alive. He picks up his dribble, gives it to Hamill. Out high by the jump circle in the center court. Now to Vasquez, guarded by Eric Kimball. Now Hamill takes it to the free throw line, backs it out. Now to Colstock for a three, and that is in and out. Taken by Tony Swetzik. So Swetzik with the ball gets to Eric Kimball to Joy Schneider. Joy Schneider underneath to Wes Anderson, but is overhit with his head and taken away by Berthoud. Now Hamill over to Colstock for a three. His shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Eric Kimball. Trying to see who to foul. Third on Brash. So now this is when Fort Morgan can help win this game. When they go into Wes Anderson, will be at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. 67% free throw shooter is Wes Anderson. So this is where the Mustangs can help win this game. It shot in and no good. Rebounded to Brash. Now handed off to Hamill. Fort Morgan still up 48-45 with a minute 10. Could be another barn burner last night against Concord. So to Colstock. Colstock holds it out to Hamill. Hamill now trying to look underneath. Now it's going to be to Steve. Under a minute now, 55 seconds. Hamill gets it out to Vasquez, guarded by Eric Kimball. Over to Steve. 45 seconds. It's going to be taken away momentarily, but knocked out of bounds by the Fort Morgan Mustangs with 42.1 seconds. We're going to take a full timeout here. Fort Morgan leads 48-45 with 42 seconds left here in the game on B106 and B106.com. With Claudia Nickel, this is Brian Nickel back at Berthoud High School. Game 3 of the tournament for the Fort Morgan Mustangs with 42.1 seconds to go. They lead Berthoud 48-45 in the fourth period. Vasquez to inbound against he's going to have a wide open shot up. Didn't go up with a nice block underneath, but nothing good by Brash. So now Tony Swetzik gets it across half court, gets it over to Tate Kimball. Tate Kimball takes it down to the right corner. And Fort Morgan will call a timeout. And it is going to be another full timeout, so we'll take another timeout with them. Fort Morgan leads 48-47 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Berthoud High School, Fort Morgan Mustangs, the inbounds here with 26 seconds to go. Do get it into Tony Swetzik. Tony Swetzik off to Eric Kimball. Eric Kimball to Tony Swetzik. We're down to 20 seconds over to TJ Bauer. Mustangs is just holding on to the ball right now. Now back out to TJ. TJ the front of the line. And it's going to be a up and no good. Off the foot of Berthoud and Fort Morgan Hall with 7 seconds to go. Fort Morgan got down there and disrupted the layup. No foul was called. So Fort Morgan still leads 48-47 with 7.2 seconds. Anderson comes in. Schneider gets it into Anderson, and they push him. So there will be a foul on Brash. That was 4 on him. So another 1-and-1 here. If Wes Anderson can knock these two down, Coach Chad Enright is going to call a timeout. So 5.4 seconds to go here, 47-48. Another full timeout, so we'll take one with him. Fort Morgan leads 48-47 on B106 and B106.com. Back at Berthoud High School, Wes Anderson is the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Fort Morgan up 48-47 with 5.4 seconds to go. So West can do it good here by making a couple of free throws. First one is good for Wes Anderson. First point here in the fourth quarter for Anderson. 49-47 in favor of the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Second shot is up and no good. Rebounded to Colstock. Timeout by Berthoud with 4.5 seconds to go. 49-47. We're going to take a full timeout with them as the Mustangs lead 49-47 on B106 and B106.com. 49-47, the Fort Morgan Mustangs lead the Berthoud Spartans here with 4.5 seconds to go in the fourth period. The Spartans do inbounds from the far end of the court. So Tony Swetsik, Kate Kimball, Harry Kimball, Troy Schneider, and Wes Anderson into the game. Ball into Hamill. Hamill drives it down. His shot is up and no good. That's the buzzer. The Fort Morgan Mustangs beat the Berthoud Spartans 49-47 to go 2 for 3 games here in the Berthoud tournament. Nice defense there by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Big win here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs this afternoon. We will take a 3-minute break and be back with the post-game show on B106 and B106.com. The Mustang post-game show is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is the tough part nowadays. But when you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want, when you want it, and at the quality you deserve. Start your build project right. Start with Buildings by Design. It's a big win here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs here this afternoon, right down to the wire. 49-47 over the Berthoud Spartans. We'll go over the scoring here now for the Berthoud Spartans. Steve had 4, Peschen had 2, Hamill with 12, Dietz with 13, Colstock with 5, Vasquez with 1, Braish with 6, Strong with 4 for their 47. For the Fort Morgan Mustangs, Bauer with 5, Tony Swetsik with a team-high 19 points, had 3 threes in the third period, but was held scoreless in the fourth. Tate Kimball with 2, Joey Schneider with 4, Wes Anderson with 7, and Eric Kimball with 12 for their 49. Fort Morgan, neither team shot many free throws today. Fort Morgan was 3 of 7 for 43% from the free throw line. The Berthoud Spartans were 1 of 9 for 11%, so neither team going to the free throw line very often. The rebounds for the Fort Morgan Mustangs we have down as Schneider with 7, Anderson with 4, Weimer with 3, Swetsik with 5, and Bauer with 1. For the Berthoud Spartans, Peschen with 1, Dietz with 5, Colstock, Vasquez with 2, Braish with 3. Turnovers, we had 11 for the game for the Fort Morgan Mustangs and 7 for the Berthoud Spartans. So a lot better on the outcome this afternoon for the Fort Morgan Mustangs on their turnovers. So nice win here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. They will finally get to go home on Monday and play a home game after the first 2 tournaments away. They come away from these tournaments in real good shape. They come away with 5-1, so they're 5-1 on the season. Or the Mustangs, big win here over the Berthoud Spartans, 4A Tri-Valley League team. So the next broadcast for the Fort Morgan Mustangs on B106 and B106.com will be Monday night. We will be doing a boys game at home against University at 7 o'clock. The girls will be at University. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up here this afternoon from the Berthoud High School. The sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball has been Braden Godin. For Claudia Nickel, I'm Brian Nickel. Once again, the final score here this afternoon, the Fort Morgan boys 49, the Berthoud Spartans 47 in Game 2. The first game was played by the girls. They lost 65-52 to Vista Peak. So our next broadcast, as we said, will be Monday night at 7 o'clock against University. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs basketball on B106 and B106.com. Good afternoon, everyone.